Hey guys, welcome back to Skill Lift's BIM Revit course. I'm Shivani. In previous videos, we learned about templates, user interface, levels, and grids. Do check them out. In this video, we'll learn about modifying tools and how to use them. So let's get started.
In previous video, we talked about levels and grids. In this video, we'll see about the modifying tools. If you have used any CAD softwares earlier, the modifying tools are quite similar to of those. We'll see each one of them one by one. We can access this modify tools from the modify tab. On the screen, we can see there are few elements and components. This is in the plan view. These are the walls and this is the table in here. This is, if I click on it, I can see a 3D model of a table, but in my plan view it looks just like a rectangle. So if I want to move the table using the move tool or the command, I can do it by directly selecting the component, click on the move and select any one of the points, like this square represents the end point and there is a triangle which represents the midpoint. So at our convenient, we can use any of it and move our component from one place to the desired place. Let me just place it here for now. Okay, one is this by clicking on the icon, or I can use the MV key. Okay, next is the align tool we use for aligning the components. So if I have to align any of the components according to this level, I have to use the align. So how to use it? First click on the align, click on the surface where we have to align our elements and click the elements that has to be aligned. Okay, so these wall aligned to this vertical wall, these horizontal walls aligned to the vertical walls. Okay, let me show you it once again. These walls to align to this end of the wall. So what I'll do, I'll go to align, select the reference line where I have to align and select the surfaces which I have to align. Okay, this was the multiple aligning because the multiple alignment has been active here. If I close it, this is like this. If I have to align these two to this, okay, so I'll click on align, I will select this and I want to align this and this here, but my multiple alignment is not active. So what happens, I can only align one. I can only align one object, the other is unable to align. So if I click on multiple align, I can align it again. Okay, so if it is checked, see, if I click on it, I can align this. See, I can align this wall also. The surface where I click, that gets aligned. Okay, so this is about the align tool. Next is the offset. See, here I have a wall, I want to offset another wall. Offset is nothing but we have the we get the parallel alignment or the parallel lines for those parallel object of those. Okay, so I'll click on offset. Here I have to set the distance of my offset. Okay, for right now let me say it's 3000 mm. Okay, it's 3000 mm. I'll click on enter, and if I take my cursor towards the object that I want to offset, the direction of it gets displayed. So if I want it on top, I can click, or if I want it on bottom, I can just change its direction like this. So I want it down. This is how offset works. So see what I did, I clicked on here, it got placed overlapped, it is overlapped, so it gives us the warning that there is a overlap. So what I can do, I can just delete one, okay, and I'll place another here. So this is about the offset. Next is the copy option. Okay, copy, just click on it, click on copy and place it, or use the key CO. Okay, click, enter, select the end from where you want to copy it, okay, and move, place it in the desired place. Okay, so this is how we copy for now. Let me just delete this, select all, I am deleting this. Okay, next tool is mirror. Okay, for mirror we have two options, one is pick axis and another is draw axis. So we can see here there is a door here. I want to place this door here by using the mirror option. Okay, so first I'll use the pick axis option. Okay, I'll use the pick axis option. I'll select this, I'll click on the pick axis. Here I'll pick this as my reference. So this door got mirrored here. Okay, similar door, if I want to place it in any other direction, I can do it using the axis draw. Okay, mirror using the draw axis. So I'll select the door, select the object or the component, click on this and draw a reference for it. See, this is the in the middle of this I drew my draw axis, so it got mirrored in this manner. Okay, so this was about mirror, pick axis and the draw axis. Okay, next is rotate. Okay, for rotate, let me just use this wall. I'll select this wall and I want to rotate it to 45 degrees. Okay, so I'll select the element that I need to rotate. I'll click on the rotate, or I can use the shortcut key of RO. Okay, this first we have to set the extension, okay, from which axis we have to rotate. So I want it to rotate from this axis to in this direction. Okay, in this direction. Here what I can do is I can just move the mouse and place it, or I can give the angle here. So as I said, I want it to rotate to an angle of 45 degrees. So I'll just click on 45 degrees and it is rotated to 45 degrees. Okay, so this was about the rotate. Next is the trim and the extend. Okay, the trim and the extend. To trim, first we'll see the extend, how to extend. Here we have some gap, right? So what I'll do to extend, I'll just click on these two. I'll select the extend or the trim option and select these two. Now I want to trim this wall here. So what I can do, I'll go to trim, I'll select See, if my wall was like this, if I had to trim this, what I can do is I can just select the trim option and trim it here. Like how to do it? We have to select the inner corners. This being the the inbuilt feature, once the walls are joined, it cannot be trimmed. If there is any gap or anything, then only we can use the trim option. Okay, so let me just first extend this. I have to fill this gap. To fill the gap, what I'll do, I'll use the extend command, and to trim it, what I can use, I'll just use now. Let's see about the trim and extend command. Okay, so first let's extend this end to this end. We can use multiple options. We can use the align here, or we can just click on it and extend it till here, but we'll use this modifying tool to do that. Okay, I just clicked on my trim or extend command, extend tool, and I just click the walls that I have to extend to join. Okay, and there is this part which I want to trim. So if I select, see if there is any extension like this, or it has gone beyond it, what I can do is I have to trim. To trim, what I have to do is I have to select the inner edges. Okay, I have to select the inner edges. Let me show you once again. If we are using trim, I have to select the inner edges, so the part which remains get trimmed. Okay, so this was about the trim and extend option. Here trimmed. Okay, so this was about the trim and extend option. Here we also have split element and split with gap. Split element just cuts the element into two parts. See, till now, let me show it here. This acts as a single wall. Okay, but when I use the split command, it gets divided into two. Okay, similarly, split with gap, as the name suggests, it splits with the gap, and this gap can be altered. For example, if I give it say 250, see, it was by default 50. I can change it here, or before splitting only I can mention my gap here. Okay, so it's split by 250. See, if I click on it, it also gives me the measurement of how much it has been gap has been given. Okay, so this was about the gap. And next is, there is again option for extend. These both tools act similar to that of the align. This is for the single alignment, and this is for the multiple alignment, or this is for single trim and this is for multiple trims, or single extend and multiple extends, like that. Okay, so let me just clear all this. We'll see about the arrays. So there is a component, that is a desk here, if I want to arrange them in multiples, so I'll use the option of array. Okay, I'll click on the component and click on array. Here I have two options, one is linear array and the other one is the radial array. Linear array in the rows and column format, and the radial is in the circular format or the polar format. Okay, so here I have to give the number of components that I have to array. For example, let me say 6. Okay, I have 6 number of components. I want 6 number of components and move to second. What happens here is the array is aligned in such a way that the next component is aligned. The next component acts as the second component. Let me just show you. Okay, so it is like this. So if I have to place it at a distance of, say, this much, see, the gap between here and here is given in this way. Let me show you one more. Okay, just to see the difference, click on the components that we have to array. Okay, so here I'll give the same numbers, that is 6, and the last constraint. Here I'll move it to the last. What happens is all the 6 will be confined between the distance which I'm giving. Okay, so if I'm giving the distance of, say, 10 meters, 10.5 meters, see, all the 6 are aligned between that span. Okay, but what happened here, the constraint or the distance I gave between these two was given to these two automatically. Okay, so this is the one thing about the the array. Okay, similarly, let's see the radial one. Okay, I'll just copy this and paste it here. If I choose the radial array, what happens is I want the second. Okay, and I'll click. See here what happens if I rotate my element in the same, in the keeping it as the center point. What happens, all my components overlap. Okay, let me show you even that. Okay, so let me say I'll start my array from here till 90 degree. Okay, if I give like this, my components are overlapped here. See, you can see it. If I have to select the overlapped components, what I have to do, I have to click and click on, see, if I click on tab, all the 3 components get overlapped. So I don't want this to happen. So what I'll do, I'll just select this and delete this. Now I'll select this and go to array, radial array, and I'll select, I'm still in the second one. I'll take this and drag it down. Okay, I'll drag it down, and from here I want 6 of them, 8 of them. Okay, 8 of them at an angle of, say, 30 degree. See, these get created like this. Again, similarly, if I use the last option instead of the second, array, radial, here I'll give the number of components as 8, last, and in here I'll put, say, 125. Okay, again, if I have to use the last option, what I can do is I'll select it, I'll go to array, it's in radial, and I'll increase the components to say 4. Okay, and I'll take some random angle and I'll place it. So the angle which I took here, these 4 are confined between that angle. So this is how this radial array and the linear array works. Okay, and I want to show you all another thing. Yesterday I want to show you all another thing. In previous session, in previous video, we were dealing with levels, right? So let me go back to my elevation view. See, there are 2 elevations, but if I have to draw any multi-story building, I just can't, just keep on drawing my levels, right? So for that, what I can do is I'll use the modify tool of say array linear 1. Okay, I'll give the number of components that I have to add. Let me just say 10. Okay, I want to draw 10 more levels to this. Okay, and it will be one above the other. So I'll select the second one and I'll just move it to the height of 3 meter. Okay, 3 meter. Click, and all the levels are done at a time. Okay, I need not keep on drawing all the levels, right? It consumes time. So if we use array for that, it will be very easy for us to draw levels or multiple levels in a few seconds. Okay, so this is it for now. See you in the next video.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. And there is a simple quiz on the topics covered in this video. Do try it out. The link is in the description. Also, we offer full BIM Revit courses. Details are also given in the description. If you have any doubts so far, feel free to ask them in the comment section. Thank you once again. See you in the next video.